US President Donald Trump's national security advisor, John Bolton, has arrived right here in Moscow. It's where he'll be meeting with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. We can now cross live to RT's Murad Gazdiyev for details on this. Murad, one might expect there's a list of issues for the two to discuss here. What are your expectations?
The White House said itself that there's a number of reasons. Outstanding, serious issues between Russia and the United States. We're talking Syria, Ukraine. We're talking this developing arms race, as some call it, as well as what the United States calls alleged Russian interfering in the U.S. 2016 elections. But the real juice of it is that there's been a lot of talk, rumors mostly, about a potential meeting between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin face to face. But look at who's coming. John Bolton. He's set to meet with Vladimir Putin, but the character himself speaks volumes. John Bolton is a hawk. He's aggressive when it comes to foreign policy. He's a real America first, everyone else second kind of guy. So even if Trump is, set on improving relations with Russia, which are an absolute low, it's not a fact that John Bolton will assist with that.
The Russians have walked all over the Obama administration for 8 years. It's really been a pathetic performance. If you make them feel pain and others feel pain, then the possibility of deterring future conduct like this increases. That's what we need to do.
The Kremlin has just said that, it wants to talk to John Bolton about the sorry state of Russian-US relations. But there may be more at play here than two countries making friends. There is Europe at stake, really, because relations between the United States and Europe have tanked after Donald Trump slapped tariffs on European goods. That started something of a trade war. Then there's Donald Trump's comments about NATO, about how, he isn't satisfied about how things are done, that Europe should pay more. And if you look at it from another perspective, politically, this may be about using Russia as a piece, as a chess piece in the game between Europe and the United States. Essentially, the United States is saying, unless you dance to our strings, we're going to make friends with Russia. And that may well scare Europe. And it would also explain Donald Trump's recent and highly unexpected comment about bringing Russia back into the G8.
I would rather see Russia in the G8 as opposed to the G7. I would say that the G8 is a more meaningful group than the G7.
Whatever it is that Donald Trump and his administration are playing at, whatever it is that, Europe wants to do, the press doesn't like it at all. British press especially. Britain has emerged as something of the leader of the anti-Russian faction in Europe. And British press is saying, this is going to cause alarm, dismay. They're entirely unhappy about any potential meeting between the Russians and the Americans. But John Bolton is expected to meet the press later today. We've got a whole bunch of questions for him. And, once he gives his answers, perhaps we'll have a clearer image of whether this is a bluff or whether they're really interested in improving relations with Russia.
RT's Murad Gazdiyev. Thank you.